This CEO is worth billions and can't hire the right nanny to take care of his kids. He can only bring his child to work at the company every day. It is because his 3-month-old daughter has already driven away dozens of nannies. To soothe her and stop her crying and fussing, he must find her mother. So the CEO immediately orders his assistant to go and search for her. A nearby female employee, watching the child cry non-stop, voluntarily offers to help soothe the child. However, after trying, the child ends up crying even more fiercely. The CEO, with no other option, has to take the child back into his arms. At that moment, a newly hired girl decides to give it a try. The CEO finds the girl somewhat familiar. Although he can no longer recall what the girl looked like back then, he still hands the child over to her and promises that if she can calm the child, she will be hired at a high salary as his personal secretary. The girl carefully takes the child from the CEO's arms. Little does he know that she is actually the child's biological mother. However, she does not dare to reveal their true relationship. A year ago, the girl accidentally had a relationship with the CEO. On her due date, with no one to care for her, she could only call her own mother. The mother was unusually excited to hear that her unmarried daughter was going to have a baby, accidentally hit by a car on the way to the hospital to take care of her mother. The girl had no choice but to leave her newborn daughter at the CEO's doorstep. When she returns to the hospital, her mother is critically ill due to severe injuries. Before dying, her mother gives the girl a jade pendant, telling her to seek out her biological father whenever she faces difficulties. After her mother's death, the girl is unable to afford the exorbitant cemetery expenses, so she can only take her mother's ashes home. In order to bury her mother as soon as possible, she, through relentless efforts, secures a job at the Hua Group. Little does she know that the company's CEO is the child's biological father. After the CEO sees the child at the door, he immediately arranges for a paternity test. It isn't until the report confirms that the child is indeed his daughter that the CEO happily treats the child as his prized possession. But the newborn, missing a mother, is extremely fussy, and no nanny can handle the child's incessant crying and fussing. Thus, the CEO is forced to bring his daughter to work every day, and that sets the stage for the beginning of the story. Unexpectedly, the child stops crying in the girl's arms, and even gradually falls asleep. Witnessing this scene, everyone is stunned. They suspect that this girl is an angel endowed with innate maternal grace. Subsequently, the CEO has the HR department transfer the girl to work as his secretary. He even offers a monthly salary of $50,000. The girl is immediately overjoyed, thinking that at last there will be a proper burial for her mother. However, unexpectedly, a wealthy girl who has long adored the CEO, upon learning that he has a daughter, rushes to the company in a hurry to find the CEO, shamelessly declaring that she is willing to become the child's stepmother in order to become the CEO's wife. But the CEO has always been disinterested in her, stating that he will only marry the child's biological mother, and telling the wealthy girl not to pester him any further. Soon after, the CEO kicks the wealthy girl out. In anger, she orders her subordinates to investigate who the child's mother really is, and to also look into the identity of the newly hired female secretary of the CEO, because she absolutely will not allow anyone to steal the CEO away from her. In the end, she uncovers the truth, namely, that the girl's mother was killed in a collision with the wealthy girl years ago. Since the girl had been suing in court, the wealthy girl plans to teach the girl a lesson. Meanwhile, the girl is taken back to the villa by bodyguards dispatched by the chairman, and the chairman directly hands the girl $10,000, explaining that he is unwell and is about to be hospitalized for observation. So he asks the girl to help take care of the child. But as soon as the chairman leaves, the wealthy girl comes to punish the girl.